Speaker of this morning will be Eric Marquis. Today, Eric will be talking about social media. Probably the least qualified person to ever speak on the subject. Eric will nevertheless endeavor to explain his love-hate relationship with social media. In this 5 to 7 minute speech from the Advanced Communication Manual, The Entertaining Speech, please help me welcome Eric to the lecture.
Thank you, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I'm going to talk about social media today, not because I know more than anyone about it. That's actually the opposite of the case. I have always been kind of a limited user of social media. I, along with a lot of people I know, have the typical addiction to Facebook. But other sites I don't really use. And in fact, to go into my history with social media, about 3 years ago, my wife and I made a New Year's resolution that we would get off of Facebook for 1 year, which we did. And I never really went back. My wife can now be found staring at her phone after dinner for about an hour or so, tapping away or going, damn, when she sees a political ad. We've all done that. One of the reasons we decided 3 years ago to change our social media habits was 2016, the election year, and leading up to that, there were a lot of political stuff going through my Facebook feed, a lot of political stuff, some of which I found out later because there was a site you could look at to see where the Russian trolls had been, what they had been feeding into the system. And I saw several things that had appeared on my Facebook stream. And we both decided at the time that we were kind of fed up with all this, and that you'd get on there and within 5 minutes you'd be raging about this or that and typing madly away into the ether. And we finally decided we would stop that, and we did. And after that year was up, I never really went back to social media. Now, I was a real estate agent at the time. I had a Twitter account, I had an Instagram account, a Facebook account, a YouTube account. YouTube, which I love, by the way. I think it's the greatest thing ever. I spend at least half an hour still every day on YouTube. But I never really went back, and I actually never got back on Twitter or all the rest of them. I do get on Facebook still for about 30 or so minutes a day, usually sometime in the afternoon. But I broke the habit of getting up in the morning and immediately looking at Facebook to see what one of my friends might have had for dinner yesterday, or their new cat, or the fabulous vacation they went on, and how amazing everybody's life was, and what in the hell was wrong with me? How did I get here? Wow, everybody's leading these fantastic lives. There's something wrong here. There's nothing wrong. People are a big bunch of liars. That's and you know, I understand. You only want to show the best for yourself, and you only want to enhance the best parts of your life and show that to the world. And that's part of it. I understand that. It's a natural thing. It's a human thing. But all of this has led me and a lot of pundits, because a lot of people kind of pontificate about social media. You see it all the time. You see it on TV and in articles. It's terrible. What's going on? And oh my goodness, this is awful, and people are controlling us. And I don't really worry about that as much as I worry about this. And I was actually surprised by this. The amount of hours spent in a day interacting with media. Now, this isn't just social networking, but it's TV and your computer on combined, all that media, your phone, tablet, whatever it might be. It's 11 hours a day. Now, in a 24-hour day, take 8 hours out of that, so that means you're awake for 16 hours, and that means that your entire time spent interacting with media leaves you 5 hours without that. So we've all seen these people. I was at the beach on the 4th of July, and there was a person walking back and forth on the beach in front of us, talking on their phone. We've seen them walking down the sidewalk, seen them in their cars. All of a sudden, the car in front of you is driving 20 miles an hour less than the speed limit. I can almost guarantee you they're looking at their phone. If they're not, like holding one hand here and tapping out a message. The average person has 7 social media sites that they're a member of and that they actively engage with all the time. There's also a thing called social media influencers. These are people who have so many followers that companies pay them money, lots of money. I follow one social media influencer. His name's Casey Neistat. He has 11 million followers. His little video clips that he makes often have upwards of 10 million to anywhere up to 65 million people looking at them. He gets upgraded by airlines. He stays in hotels free. He gets all this stuff sent to him just so he might talk about it. That sounds like the perfect job for me. So maybe there is some good that comes out of social media. I would also think that with all this free time, as my viewing went down and free time went up, I noticed some changes that we were going out more to do things. I was reading more. My wife would tell you I was not listening more, but that's true. I've been off of social media almost completely now for about 2 years, and it's been great. I'll never go back. It's really been a revelation, and I encourage everybody here to take a break from social media.